It's one of the nicest towns in the New Jersey Bayshore, about an hour away from New York City and conveniently located just off exit 117 of the Garden State Parkway. It's Keyport, proclaimed by many as the pearl of the Jersey Bayshore. It's a beautiful town with the historic downtown section sitting next to one of the best waterfront views in the area, the Raritan Bay, where boating, fishing, and activities on the beach are a way of life. And the sunsets on the water? Well, just make sure you bring your camera when you stroll along the bayfront promenade. And bring your fishing pole, too, to try out our public fishing pier to see if you can catch one of the many varieties of fish which make the bay their home. You can also go crabbing by one of the bridges. Crabs and the clams in our area are delicious. And if you're serious about fishing, get on board one of the many charter boats in the area, some of which will take you right out to the Atlantic Ocean. There are also a couple of marinas and a ramp to launch your boat. And be sure to stop by the Keyport Yacht Club to see what's going on. Would you rather fish for a good bargain? Well, then stroll down the avenue and visit some of the many shops, including a few stores with antiques within some very old buildings. Do you want to get a little more serious about shopping? Then take off to one of the many shopping centers and malls, which are all less than 10 minutes away. There are also movie theaters and bowling alleys just moments away if that's what you'd like to do. Or if you happen to be in town on Thursdays, then you're in luck, because every Thursday during the warmer months, the shops are open later, there are outdoor concerts, there's a farmer's market, and there are ghost tours. And when you get hungry, there are plenty of restaurants in the area, and some are open all night. In fact, there are almost 24 eateries in town, all within 1 square mile of each other. And you have to make a point of dining at one of Keyport's waterfront restaurants. What a view! And when you look out into the Raritan Bay, yes, that's New York City, and it's easily accessible by train, bus, car, or ferry. Bring your bicycles and explore the town, where you'll pedal through some very old neighborhoods with some very old and beautiful homes. Or cycle along the Hudson Trail, which takes you from one town to the next along the Jersey Bayshore. You can even cycle all the way to the end of historic Sandy Hook, where you can enter the park for free if you're on a bicycle. History is so much a part of Keyport. You see it all around you all the time. this is an area which played a pivotal role during the Revolutionary War. And so there are lots of places to visit to see the past with your own eyes. There were also a significant number of steamboats which regularly came into the Keyport port, as well as boat building. In fact, there are still 2 active boat builders in Keyport today. Keyport, as you might imagine, was a significant shipping port where goods were moved from some of the local manufacturers and farmers to New York City, other parts of the Atlantic seaport, and even internationally. One of the nation's very first seaplanes was built in Keyport by a company called Aero Marine. And while the factory was closed some time ago, you can still see some of the buildings where the planes were built. But you also have to visit the Keyport Fire Museum, where the business of fighting fires over the centuries is brought to life. A few blocks away is the American Legion, one of the oldest in the country. Oh, there are lots of clubs and organizations in Keyport, including the Garden Club, which hosts a garden walk and home tour every year. There are parades and bonfires on the beach, and well, just lots of activities which remind you that this is a small American town with real people. The people who work, live, and play in Keyport believe their town is the best-kept secret in the Jersey Bayshore. So come and discover Keyport for yourself, for the weekend or longer. It will be a vacation you won't soon forget. Keyport, the pearl of the Jersey Bayshore, is right in your backyard. Visit jerseybayshore.com or keyportonline.com to learn more.